I'm Jason Las Vegas. These are my 2021 NFL Week 11 picks. Okay, so it is currently 3:11 a.m. here in Las Vegas, Monday, November 15th. We still have the Monday night games for NFL Week 10, and we're going to take the Rams on the money line. The Rams are clearly a better team than 49ers. I don't think Odell Beckham Jr. will be eligible to play this game, but I think Von Miller will be playing. And I think the Rams are just a better team. I'm not going to give them any points. -3.5 for a division game. You know, it's kind of probably be close, but I think the Rams are better, and they should be able to win this game. So we'll add them on a money line to this NFL Week 11 pick. First picks for the NFL Week 11, we're going to take the Patriots on a money line. The Falcons are coming off of a pretty bad loss to the Cowboys. Patriots coming off of a pretty big win over the Browns, but it's a Thursday night game. Those games are give and take. You never know what's going on. You got a lot of players on 3 days rest, so I don't really like playing against the spread for Thursday night games. So for this parlay, I'm going to take the New England Patriots on a money line. I think they win this game over the Falcons, but I'm not going to give any points. Next game, we have to take the Browns on a money line. The Lions literally had their best chance to win their first game of the season versus the Steelers. Steelers did not have Claypool. Steelers did not have Roethlisberger's, and the Lions ended up tying that game. So I don't think they're gonna win this game in Cleveland, even if Mayfield is injured. I think the Browns have enough of a running game to beat the Lions on a money line. I'm not going to give 10.5 points or 10 points for the Browns, so I'm just going to take the Browns on a money line. The Colts versus the Bills, that's going to be a really good game. I think a lot of people kind of underestimate how good the Colts are and kind of overestimate how good the Bills are, but I think the Colts have less losses than the Bills at the moment. Either way, I'm just going to be a fan for this game. I'm not going to bet on either team. The Bills are coming. They lost last week versus the Jags, but they did pick up a victory this week. The Colts are coming off of a Thursday night game victory. Was that Thursday night over the Jags? But they just beat the Jags, so they look pretty good. But I don't think they can go to the Bills. There may be some weather involved in that game, so I'm just going to be a fan for that game. The Miami Dolphins are better than the Jets. I'm going to take -3 points. You know, the Jets are terrible. They're pretty bad. Kind of worse than the Lions, like if you think about it, but both teams don't really have a good quarterback situation. The Dolphins have a really good defense. This is a division game, but I think the Dolphins could end up winning this game. The Jets, Mike White Lightning just threw 4 interceptions versus the Bills. So you cannot trust the Jets to win with either quarterback. I think the Miami Dolphins wins this game -3 points. I'll give 3 points for that. Next game, I was going to take the Panthers -3. I should take the Panthers -3. I don't really like the Washington football team. I know they're coming off of a nice victory over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers this weekend. They won by like 10 points. Panthers at home. McCaffrey is back. Panthers aren't really injured. I'm going to take you know what? I'll take the Panthers -3. Let's have some fun for this parlay. Next game, I'm going to take the Ravens -6. Ravens have a really, really good defense. We are watching Justin Fields grow up right in front of us. He did play really well versus the Steelers last week, but they still lost the game. I think the Ravens kind of have to win this game. They want to pick up some games on the Cleveland Browns. They want to pick up games on the Bengals. I don't see the Ravens losing this game, so I will be willing to give 6 points on the road. There may be some weather involved in California, but I think the Ravens have a really good running game, and I don't think the Bears offense could score many points on this Ravens really good defense. I'm a little surprised that the Saints are getting points. I think Kamara most likely will be back in this game. The Eagles have been winning a lot of games in a row recently. But for this game, I'm just going to stay away from. Both teams are like 500 to me, so I'm just going to stay away from that one. The Titans, I don't like the Titans giving up 10.5 points, so I'm going to take the Titans on a money line. The Texans may have Taylor back, Tyron Taylor, for the quarterback. He played well early in the season, then he got injured, but he may be back. I don't want to give up that many points for the Texans, for the Titans. Titans have some injuries with their receivers, and obviously Derrick Henry is already injured, lost for the season. So I think the Titans win this game, so I'm just going to take the Titans on a money line. The Tennessee Titans on a money line. Next game, I'm going to take the Packers minus 2.5. The Vikings are coming off of a 7-point victory on the road versus the Chargers. The Chargers, I don't know, they seem a little bit overrated this season. But I think the Packers aren't overrated, and with this being a division game, less than a field goal, that feels fine to me. This is going to be a really good game for the NFC. Vikings are still in the playoff hunt, right? They can't lose too many more games, but the Packers are playing for like number one in the NFC. I don't see them losing to the Vikings. Cardinals and Seahawks, I'm going to stay away from as of right now. I don't know if Murray is playing for the Cardinals. I don't know if Hopkins is playing for the Cardinals. So I'm just going to stay away from that game. Seahawks are coming off of a 17-point loss to the Green Bay Packers. They scored 0 points in Green Bay. It was cold in Green Bay, but after that performance, I'm not going to give Seahawks even 2 points after scoring 0 points last weekend. Chargers and Steelers. Roethlisberger was out last week. Claypool was out last week. You think this would be a game that the Chargers would win at home? Steelers coming off of a pretty embarrassing performance versus the Lions at home. I'm just going to stay away from this game. These two teams, who knows what's going on. You would think the Chargers probably should win this game, being that they're at home, but the Steelers have a really good defense. But I'm going to stay away from that one. Bucks and Giants. Man, I think obviously this fair play, this probably smart bet would be to take the Giants against the spread. 11.5 points seems like a lot of points. The Bucks are coming off of 2 losses to both to NFC teams. They lost to the Saints, and they just lost to the Washington football team. They only scored 19 points. Tampa Bay has so many injuries on that offense and their defense. It's tough to give any points. I'm not going to take... Can the Bucks lose this game? Man, you would think by then they should be a lot more healthy by next Monday. So I'm going to take the Bucks on a money line. Obviously, I can't give any points. I think the smart play would be, if you were looking for against the spread bet on this bet, would be to take the Giants plus 11.5. But I'm not going to give any points with the Bucks coming off of consecutive losses. Even though both of those losses are on the road, Bucks do score a lot of points at home. I just think a good idea for this parlay, with it being a Monday night game, just to take the Bucks on the money line. So we have 9 NFL Week 11 bets. Well, 8 NFL Week 11 bets, 1 NFL Week 10 bet. We're going to take the Rams on a money line for this Monday night game. There's also some college football happening this weekend. We probably want to add those games to these parlays. We have, let's see, who do we want to add to this parlay? Michigan State and Ohio State. That's going to be a really good game if you want to. Those are like 2 top 10 in college ranked teams this season. I'm going to take Notre Dame over Georgia Tech. I'm going to add them on a money line. I'm going to take Michigan over Maryland. I'm going to add Michigan on the road in Maryland on the money line. Obviously, you're going to have to take Alabama at home on a money line, minus 1,400 versus Arkansas. I'll take that. And we're going to take BYU on the money line on the road versus Georgia Southern. There's also some boxing happening this weekend. We want to add those to this parlay. We have Demetrius Andrade. And the main event this weekend is Terrence Bud Crawford versus Sean Showtime Porter. That fight will be happening in Las Vegas. We have to take Terrence Crawford. That's my boy. Okay, so this is a 15-team NFL Week 11 bet. We're taking the Rams on the money line, the Patriots on the money line, Browns on the money line, Dolphins -3 against the spread, Panthers -3 against the spread, Ravens -6 against the spread, Titans on the money line, Packers -2.5 against the spread, Bucks on the money line, Notre Dame on the money line, Michigan on the money line, Alabama on the money line, BYU on the money line, Demetrius Andrade on the money line to win his fight, and Terrence Bud Crawford on the money line to defeat Sean Showtime Porter. We're going to risk $3 to win $209.81. Okay, so there you have it. Those are my NFL Week 11 picks. We have a 15 picks parlay. Rams on the money line versus the 49ers. Patriots on the money line versus the Falcons. Browns on the money line versus the Lions. Dolphins -3 against the spread versus the Jets. Panthers -3 against the spread versus Washington football team. Baltimore Ravens -6 against the spread versus the Bears. Tennessee Titans on the money line versus the Houston Texans. Green Bay Packers -2.5 against the spread versus the Vikings. Bucks on the money line versus the Giants. Notre Dame on the money line. Michigan on the money line. Alabama on the money line. BYU on the money line. Demetrius Andrade on the money line to win his boxing fight. And Terrence Bud Crawford on the money line to defeat Sean Showtime Porter. This weekend boxing event in Las Vegas. Will I go 15-0 or will I go 0-15? What are your NFL Week 11 picks? Who's your favorite? Who's your favorite? Who's your favorite home team of the week? Who's your favorite road team of the week? What's your lock of the week? What's your upset/underdog pick of the week? What game are you looking forward to watching the most? It's not on this schedule because the line isn't out yet, but the Dallas Cowboys will be playing the Kansas City Chiefs in Kansas City. That's going to be a really good game. I believe at the moment, Cowboys are getting 2 points, so that's going to be a really good game. But there's some really good games this week for NFL Week 11. I'm going to be paying attention to the Ravens versus the Browns. I want to see what happens there. I want to see the NFC matchup of Green Bay Packers versus the Vikings. I think that's about it. Yeah, and obviously the Cowboys versus the Chiefs. That's going to be clearly the most watched game of this NFL Week 11. We're also going to be watching some boxing this weekend. Terrence Bud Crawford. That's a main event here in Las Vegas versus Sean Showtime Porter. We're putting our money on Terrence Bud Crawford. I'm Jason Las Vegas. These are my 2011 NFL Week 11 picks. A 15 picks parlay. We're risking $3 to win $209.81.